up guys, welcome back to Live Media. I'm Chamake Zonyase, and today I'll be continuing what I did last week. Like I said in last week's video, the book we are covering is Show Your Work by Austin Kleon. I'll be dropping the link in the description later so you can check out the book if you want to read more or know more about the book. It's a very nice book. So last week, in the last video, I talked about the first chapter of the book, which is you don't have to be a genius, and I explained some certain things. I highlighted 4 things that can help you to be more of a genius than a genius, which includes starting small, knowing what you want, and 2 other things. So today I'll be talking about the second chapter of the book, and in this second chapter I'll be highlighting 2 important things. By the way, the topic is think process, not product. Think process, not product. So before I continue this video, I would love that you like this video, to subscribe to the channel, and then to share the video to your friends and everywhere. Share randomly. Thank you very much. Like I said earlier, the topic is think process and not products. What I mean by think process and not product is that process is more like the things you had to go through before producing a particular thing or before bringing out a particular thing. So now let me use an artist for example. You know, when an artist is done with painting and all that, you only see the finished work. Most of the times, we don't know what happened. We don't know her motivation, you don't know where her inspiration came from or where his inspiration came from. But all these were there, like not showing your process to people. It existed and it's still existing among people, that you don't show your process, you just lock it up to yourself, just you know what is happening and all that. But in our today's world, people want to bond with whatever they are looking for, whatever they are seeing. People want to bond with you, your audience want to bond with you, and the only way you can bond with your audience is showing them your process. Another thing about process is that process is the most important part to a producer, because you are the only one that knows what you went through and what you had to go through and what happened along the line while you are producing that particular thing. So it is the most important part of producing any product or making anything. So now I'm going to be highlighting 2 things that will help you to think more of your process than your product. Product is a finished work already, so it can be either a write-up, a novel, anything that is already finished. So thinking more of your process, the 2 things I'm going to highlight is, the first one is sharing little things or sharing little details about your work. You can share it daily, you can share it weekly, but it's important that you share little details of your work. There's a difference between just sharing little details and oversharing. There are 2 different things. So you have to know the rate at which you share the things that you do, or share the process of the things that you do. Then the second one is, you are going to have to be a good documentarian. You have to be able to document things. Let me break this down to you now. The first thing I highlighted was, you have to be able to share little details of your work. You know, when I talked about bonding between you as a producer and your audience, back in the pre-digital days, where there are times that artists had to wait till whenever the theater has an exhibition before their artworks can be shown to the world. But now we have a platform, we have the internet, we have social media platforms that can help you to constantly reach out to your audience, constantly build your audience. You don't have to wait for a particular time of the year before you just bring out a particular product. You have to share your process, because it helps your audience to bond well with you. It helps to create more like a personal relationship between you and your audience. And that personal relationship is what keeps your audience coming, is what makes them want to look out for more of your products. So now, sharing little details of your product will help you and your audience in a very big way. To help you and your audience in a very, very big way. Then the second one I talked about is being a documentarian. Being a documentarian also helps to in sharing little details of your work. Let's say, for example, if you've been working on a particular thing for a long time and you've been keeping tracks and keeping records of all the things you had to go through, all your challenges and all that, when you want to share it, you have tons of it to share. You have to take it one by one, little by little, bringing it out to the world, bring it out to your audience to watch. Another thing with keeping documents or keeping records of what you are doing is that it helps you to know your mistakes. Yeah, it's really important that you know your mistakes. Sometimes it just okay. Have you ever imagined revisiting a past picture, maybe a picture you took during a vacation or with your friends? How do you feel when you go back to those things? You remember how happy or what happened then, what led to the pictures, what came about, what happened that particular day. If you were happy, if you were sad, your memory just picks things up. So keeping documents, keeping records, having scrapbooks, there are a lot of ways to keep records, to keep documents of things that you've done or things that you are doing, your processes. It's very nice. Apart from knowing your mistakes, it helps to understand your challenges, to know where things went wrong, where it started going wrong, how you had to fix it, where you need the correction from, who you need to seek out help or who you need to seek help from. So keeping documents or keeping records of your processes is very important. It's very, very important for yourself and for your audience as well. Then lastly, what I want to say is that processes can be a bit messy. Yeah, there's no how. Okay, let me use an artist for example. I'm sorry, I'm using an artist or a writer. Let me use a writer for example. Okay, a writer now, let's say a fiction writer or a horror story writer can start up something, and along the line you find out that sometimes he or she scribbles or maybe cancels out some things that are not in line because either a fresh idea is coming or he or she does not want that part to be in the final product. Okay, let me take for example, there are times that I write stories and okay, I try writing horror stories at some particular time, and yeah, the first one I wrote was because of some things I had to just imagine and all that. Yeah, they are fictions and all that. But what I'm talking about is that something led to writing that story. Something made me write it. You get? Something made me write a horror story. Something led me to write it. And apart from the messy part, it's also something that you can learn from. Processes are very messy. They can be messy, and it helps. Like I said before, it helps to take corrections. It helps a lot. So I'm going to be stopping here for this video, and I hope that you learned something from this video. I highlighted two things today. The first one is sharing little details of your work daily or weekly, and then the second one is keeping documents in a scrapbooks, videos, or a website of your own. So thank you very much for watching this video. Also, don't forget to like this video, to subscribe to the channel, and to share this video. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll meet again in the next session. Bye bye.